for the past 20 years, I would have to even say 30 years, we have become, and by we, I mean the United States, has become the most overstimulated society on the planet.
Only physically.
Physically, of course. Because, again, a lot of us are living in the literal.
Yeah.
A lot of us can't see past, let's say, the next paycheck. The next reality-based perception that you've been made to believe. And that's no problem. We are all there. We are all in the same place. But we are also all awakening also. And this is your opportunity. This is your opportunity to think about, let's say, empathy nerves, and think about how it is you can affect someone else's day in the positive way.
That's true.
Because, it's more than just, let's say, knowing you have empathy nerves. Thinking positive thoughts, being optimistic, being enthused about things, it's not a bad idea. And when people shut you down, get right back up and continue.
Don't shut down.
Exactly. Don't shut down. And even if you do, get back up.
Yeah.
Because you know what? No one is going to blame you for being emotionally attached to things. But the key is to be able to control when and where to do it. And how far you're willing to go with things. Because most of us don't think about how our actions not only affect the people around us, but also in the long run. Thinking selfishly is always made out to be something horrible. And it is if you think selfishly and cynically. But if you think selfishly, all you need to do is be able to, like I said before, love yourself. Understand yourself. In order for you to be able to have the impact you want to have. Not the impact that somebody else wants you to have. Or a subliminal impact. Before, I end just what I'm saying, I want to mention the overstimulation. The reason why the U.S. has been overly stimulated is because of the mass media, as we all know it, as the fast food consumption that has been going on in our country and throughout the world. Because it isn't like the U.S. is the only country suffering from these problems, but the U.S. is the only one suffering from these problems and ignoring them to the point of where a few years we had an obesity epidemic. Today, in Today, in December 14, 2012, it is the first year that we have had a drop in percentages in child obesity rates. It is the first, and that is a wonderful thing, because a lot of us are deciding to change not only what we do, but how we think. And that's important, because once you become just a little bit aware, it keeps opening up, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. And it's wonderful.
I was saying we're way too overly physically stimulated. And a lot of people would say, what do you mean? Kids don't go outside anymore. All they do is play video games and watch TV and go on the internet. No one does anything. And I get that, yeah. But let me tell you something. We got something in our brain called the reptilian brain. And what the reptilian brain is, it's at the base. It's one of the oldest parts of the brain. Like, evolutionarily. So basically, what it is, it controls basically everything physical about you. Every part of you that's primal, essentially. It controls. When you feel pain, there's a part in your reptilian brain that's like, oh shit, pain. When you're watching something on television, a fight, what do we watch? Reality TV. It's so real. It's so edgy. Which part of you do you think is enjoying that? Do you think it's the intellectual side? Do you think it's the emotional side? Do you think it's just you love people, so you want to watch Snooki drink herself to death? Do you think that's it? What it is? You're just a nice person? Like, no, you're going through, it's like a roller coaster ride.
Habitual thoughts.
It's part of empathy, having empathy nerves, is that you can watch something happen and feel it. It's natural. It's completely natural. But in America, in America, basically, America. I don't know what to say. We, as a culture, we idolize militarism. We idolize abusive, just the most. And we wonder, like, you have to wonder, like, how can something like this, manifest? How can it manifest? And the reason it can manifest is that since we idolize these things, since there's a part of our brain that's naturally enjoys this stuff, and when we're that guy who has the big gun, who's got all the money, when you're that guy and you're like, oh, I'm in the big now, like this is like I'm living the dream. That's just it. That's the idea. The idea is for them to make you think that the same part of you that thinks about like survival is the same part of you dreaming. No, that's not how it works. Okay? There's most of your mind is creative. Most of your mind is completely untouched in terms of creative possibility. But if they can stick you in this world where all that matters is how good you can make this obsessive, abusive, the reptilian brain never sleeps. Ever. It is constantly searching for danger. You know that, and there's a part of, I understand it. I play video games, I watch anime, I understand that, like, there's a part of me that's, like, that loves that, like, idea. Like, I've got a mission, I've got to finish the enemy. Dun, dun, dun. And it's fun. It's in a video game. But when you get addicted to this idea, or this feeling, that aggressive, destructive, and you allow it to control you and allow it to make you who you are. And, yeah, I understand having it. Maybe you need it every once in a while. We should focus on the moment. Where we are. Not tomorrow. Oh, I need to finish this day of work so that maybe, at the end of the week I can get some money and maybe I'll enjoy the weekend. No. Look at what's in front of you. Try to enjoy your everyday life. Really. Try to make yourself happy. Like you said, helping other people is good.
And it'll make you feel good about yourself.
We have empathy nerves. You can make someone feel better by feeling better yourself. There's nothing that makes someone happier than someone next to them that isn't pissed off, isn't starting problems, that is just happy.
And one thing I'll say, if there is a person that feels some form of envy or dislike towards a person who's actually feeling good about themselves, it is because they're having a bad day themselves. And if you're having a bad day yourself and you're one of those people, yes, everyone is entitled to having bad days and reacting to those bad days. But, like I said before, a time and a place. When you still remain angry and upset about what has happened, you keep feeding it. And you shouldn't keep feeding that thought.
Accept the feeling and let it go.
And the way to be able to let it go in a social environment is to appreciate what's around you. Being aware is more than just being, let's say, socially conscious and wanting to join a social movement for a cause. But it's also, again, being happy with yourself and the decisions that you make when circumstances arise. you know? Because when circumstances arise, it is up to you to choose what's going to happen. No one else makes the choice for you except you. And then you reap the consequences of whatever your choice was. May they be good, may they be bad.